Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew from Living Histories Mysteries and the Midwest Parahistoric Society. I know a lot of you really look forward to our Histories Mysteries videos, and there are several of you who can't wait for our next paranormal investigation somewhere here in the Midwest. And we have a lot of them lined up already for early summer, starting just later here in the month. I've had several people contact me, and I'm sure that some of you who have been with the channel have noticed that we are starting to deal more with cryptids and the cryptozoology field. There are members of our group who have always been infatuated with cryptids, specifically the ones right here in the Midwest and even right here in Michigan. The Michigan Dogman, the Bigfoot sightings that always seem to crop up in the late summer, early fall here in the state. Right now, we are getting ready, we're preparing for our first Bigfoot investigation right here, 2022. As you can see, I'm sitting here at the desk. I've been doing some looking. These articles continuously are popping up over and over and over again from right here this past winter in the state of Michigan. And this is something we can't ignore. There are all kinds of expeditions done all over the country, but very few right here in the state, even though these sightings are being documented with local news, they're being documented with local law enforcement, with the Department of Natural Resources, even the state police. It can't be ignored. So right now we are in the works to do our own expedition this fall right up in west central Michigan, right around the Manistee State Forest area. There's a lot of sightings from that area clear up into the Upper Peninsula from the latter part of September until early November every year. Who knows if we'll find anything? We might. If we do, it can just be added to the evidence that every other Bigfoot investigative team has found. If we don't, it's a camping trip. Just the guys hanging out in the dark woods in the area in the state of Michigan where things can eat you. Who knows what it's going to be? But we're going to do our best to try to figure out why these sightings always crop up during this time of the year, and if it's true or not. But for today, we're going to look at another Bigfoot expedition that was done not very far from our location. It's a well-known team, and though they didn't get the big guy on film, they picked up a lot of stuff. Check this out.
The Cheyenne. And there's Gert. And there's me. And it's time to search for Sasquatch. You ready?
Ready.
You ready?
Sailorville.
Sailorville, here we go. Alright, tell me what you just saw, Gert.
So I thought it was the reflection off there's a red light on the camera.
Okay.
I thought it was reflecting off my glasses. I saw a red light up in the tree when I turned. I tried making it happen again. I couldn't get the right angle.
Interesting. See if I can, is this on? There we go. Ah, that's better.
Might have been up in that tree.
Let me just get focus. So you saw up in this tree here, possibly,
I think it's probably
just reflection. Okay.
hit the rain.
Also, you'll notice it's raining right now, so we're gonna have to be really careful about what we're reacting to, because it sounds like a lot of things are like walking through the woods right now. So, making a note here, we saw some tire tracks back there, so we're about 99% sure that this is all done from some sort of machine. But you can see that all of these tree limbs here are like ripped to shreds. Let me turn the night vision up here. Focus. Yeah, they're just like obliterated. And it's been so far basically the entire length of the trail at this point. Very strange. Rain has picked up and making it a little bit more difficult. But as you can see here, we found tracks for whatever is just pushing these shrubs and whatnot out of the way. So as one would say, not an active Bigfoot.
Unless he's driving a bobcat or something.
True. So possibly an active Bigfoot. An active and an active Bigfoot. Ayo.
Is that traffic? Did you hear that?
Yeah, mark that.
It almost sounded like traffic. But
It did, but it's like traffic's a long ways away.
yeah.
Sounded like a growl.
Oh.
I think it was traffic.
Traffic?
Someone cruising.
Yeah, someone with a loud muffler or something. That has to be a vehicle.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
That's
It has to be. It's so consistent. That would literally be like a Sasquatch just like humming.
Yeah.
Or like deeply like moaning or something. Also pay attention for changes in the weather, wind speed, stuff like that. Or even if the rain were to stop or pick up as we makes the calls. Now there are houses that way. They're not for a while, but we are definitely within barking distance for sure.
sounds like a lawnmower or it's like such a constant sound.
If it's a plane, it sounds like a small-bodied plane that's just like cruising at like a lower altitude. But it's like, really, right now?
And this consistently, I mean, it doesn't really get that much louder or that much quieter.
Exactly. And it's intermittent. It's not constant.
It does get louder every now and again, but
Well, let's continue up the trail, and we'll try to bend around that curve up here. See if we can get a little closer and hear it a little bit better. Also, just a note too. It's about 37 degrees right now, and so as we film, you're going to see our breath. So just make sure that that's not being mistaken for an anomaly or an apparition or anything like that. So
CGI.
it's all candy wrappers and flashlights.
Rain's picking up again.
Yep, rain is picking up.
What was that?
I heard something.
Is that an owl?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well. Oh, it's a dog. Isn't it?
Sounds like an old dog, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a low, very low sound.
It doesn't really resonate.
Rumble strip. There is this trail back here to our right, Kurt, or our left, that we could go down.
Because the lake is just that.
It's straight out, yep.
Someone's got a dog on a boat.
I mean, if you think about it, sound travels pretty easily over water.
Yeah, that's...
So, because I mean, we've heard tons of dogs barking and Sasquatch calls coming across from the other side of the lake.
Take that trail down? Or?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's just hard to tell what
It is. It's very far away.
And if it were an owl, normally you hear that designated sound.
Right. Because at first I thought it was an owl. Because it just sounded like a single whoops.
So we're now lakeside. It's actually a pretty good place for a nest. Right here. Alright, be the first big call of the night. We have had, on more than one occasion, come to lakeside and done a big howl and actually got a response, along with dogs, coyotes, etc. But over top, or in the midst of that, we have heard long, drawn-out, classic Squatch howls. So I'll give it my best cold-throated attempt here. I'm going to do just one of the lower calls. It generally is considered to be kind of like a, I'm here, this is my location, kind of a call. Some windies are here. Also, you think with the wind, it would help carry some sound over too. So mark that. The wind did pick up and gust a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
And here it is, it's picking up again. And as you'll see on Squatch, Iowa, it is very, very prevalent when it comes to hunting Sasquatch. Whether you're making calls or when activity is picking up, the weather is reacting. It's almost like it covers the noise, the movement, the calls, whatever. Definitely makes for a good case to get back into the trees to break some of that wind to hopefully get some better sound. So let's go ahead and do that. So, as we were getting ready to leave the trail here, Gert and Tiny made a good observation that the noises we were hearing back when we were farther in, that we thought was a dog. We assumed it was a dog or even an owl to begin with. We maybe heard it once as we were walking out here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one more time. But since we've been out here, it has not happened since. So, interesting, because it was happening fairly frequently when we were back. Now, a dog could have been let outside to go to the bathroom or whatever and was barking at its owner or an animal, something. But just, it's still something to take into consideration. So, let's head back into the woods. Okay, so literally, we just turned the camera off and we were getting ready to walk and I tripped on a piece of wood and I heard kind of a sound that sounded like, woo, like right over here. Woo! Wind. Wind. Now I want to point out that since we walked up this trail, the wind has been way less evident.
Yeah.
Until I made that call. And now it's pretty consistent. Girl, were you seeing something?
Seemed like a glint of light up there. trail. Oh, really?
I didn't click it. I thought you had, and you didn't.
See what happened again?
I heard the exact sound of when I clicked my flashlight behind us.
Really?
And I thought you'd clicked yours, and you didn't, and I didn't.
Okay, so playing off of that, we know that it is very strongly possible that Sasquatch mimic sounds to either confuse or interact. And who's to say that a creature that already uses vocal noises to communicate couldn't be using some sort of a to communicate too? I mean, Sasquatch are well known to be whistlers as well.
Yeah.
And so who's to say that a sound similar to the clicking of the flashlight couldn't be mimicked?
It was exactly the same.
So click your flashlight, Henny.
This is how it sounded. You know, it was even faster. It was like that.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah,
Had that little bit of a hollow sound to it and everything.
exactly.
Interesting.
It was really fast too.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Consistent movement.
I don't know if my mind is getting tripped up, which wouldn't be. I can let some tiny go, but I looking, I'm scanning, and I'm looking on my peripherals as well. We're standing here just talking about different things that have been happening. We talked about the wind has died down, the rain wasn't really happening much anymore, and right behind us, in this tree behind us, which is where movement is happening right now. It sounds like something is peeing from the tree. Just this water pouring. You can't see it. And a leaf is falling. And then Tiny is hearing movement over here. She gets goosebumps. I get goosebumps. I tell Gert to hit record on the camera. And I don't know, do we have
It was recording, yeah.
Okay, so it was recording as massive. I heard two distinct footsteps,
Yeah.
and then like either something falling, something being thrown,
Yeah.
something settling directly across. And I was like, this is so loud and profound that I was expecting to see something standing over there.
Yeah.
It scared me.
Yeah, I was like, here it is. This is the moment. This is the moment we're going to see something.
It was terrifying too because we heard that dropping sound just like cascade around us.
Yes.
And then from exactly the point that we heard it stop, we heard the footsteps.
Heard the footsteps. It was like it. I don't know. Maybe we're having another level of Bigfoot experience here. Like, I am so covered in goosebumps right now. It goes through like the wind, and then when that wind stops is where it stops. And we heard the footsteps land, and either it threw something or it settled itself. Something. But the weather is reacting according to things that we're experiencing. And
Yeah.
it's
Kind of gives more credence to the Nephilim. Yeah.
Yeah, the success because we've had some incredible experiences from the red flashes or the red eyes or the red lights, whatever it might be. Motion in the trees, motions on the ground, the sound of peeing from the tree, but yet there's no liquid falling from the tree, and it wasn't raining. Heavy footsteps, and overall feeling that something was nearby. classic Sasquatch stuff. Classic stuff. A lot of what we are hearing too still is water settling from the trees, falling off the leaves, off the branches, and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop and make a call and see how they react. Whoa! Whoa!
No cares.
Nope.
It's like they've heard it before.
Exactly.
Do it again. They look at you and then they go back to grazing.
And they're just chilling.
Yeah. They're getting a little weary of you, but
This one here's getting
yeah, this one's not, yeah.
I'm gonna do a longer call.
Okay.
No, she saw more eyes over here.
Oh, I thought I heard more footsteps over here. Yeah, it doesn't care, dude.
They don't care.
Welcome back. Like I said, we're in the process now of setting up our own expedition for the later part of summer, early fall 2022 up at west central Michigan around the Manistee State Forest area to see what we can find out. This will be our very first cryptid expedition. And you know, I couldn't think of any better way than to end this video with some actual Bigfoot sightings. I got my crew, my editing team, working on finding the absolute best Bigfoot sightings and stories to end this with. Check these out.
Back to one.
Oh, we got him. We got him. Yeah. Now that there's a clean kill. We got Bigfoot. That there is a clean
Oh my God.
kill.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Hey! Hey you, what the fuck? Where you going?
I was walking along the creek that runs through the campground, and for the hell of it, just kind of looking for tracks of whatever animals may have walked along that sandy path. I walked through a narrow barranca between a bunch of rocks and a creek and a steep hillside. I entered a small meadow and began walking into it. I got approximately halfway into the meadow when I started to feel a weird tingling sensation on the back of my neck, as if something was scoping me out. I quickly turned around and saw a huge creature squatted down in the middle of the same path I had just walked down. That giant mofo stood up and very quickly bolted up the steep embankment. It went through some gnarly, thick-ass brush with ease, and what tripped me out was there was no sound at all, nothing. No branches or twigs snapping or anything. And then it was history. So now I was really tripping, because there's no way anything could pull a move like that off without making a frickin' sound, right? So I kind of cruised back over to the point where I saw it squatting down, and that sumbitch had pinched an enormous, hot, dark brown and black Sasquatch loaf right in the middle of the path. And when I say hot, I mean this was a San Diego steamer, literally wafting in the cold air. It reeked like a mixture of burning tires and a heavily frequented outhouse at a chili cook-off.
Oh God, I gotta get better people working for me. Oh, that's the best we found? Oh, jeez. God help me.